So I want to talk about the healing powers of sexual energy. Sexual energy is so potent, is so powerful, and this is very apparent by our obsession with it as a species in general. It's all over our media, it's everywhere on the internet, but we have such a unconscious and disharmonious relationship with sexual energy, and that's very apparent by the amount of sexual crimes that are being committed, the amount of relationships that fail, the amount of divorces. It's very apparent that many people in this world do not know how to work harmoniously with their sexual energy, because this is a force that can really either create life or it can destroy life. So when you learn to consciously work with sexual energy, it can be a source of, it can be a fuel for whatever you put it into. It will amplify things, it will bond you to things. That's what sexual energy does. It connects us to things. This is why when you've been in a relationship with someone, a sexual relationship, and then you break up, it's very difficult. It's difficult to move on sometimes, because you still feel that connection to that person, because you were literally glued to them. That's what sexual energy does to you, and it amplifies things. You know, when you feel love, when you're in love with someone and you connect with them sexually, it brings that connection to a whole nother level. Unfortunately, a lot of people are connecting themselves with pornography and sticking themselves to unhealthy sexual situations. So it can become kind of a mess. So my goal is to make sexuality a source of joy, a source of harmony, and to help other people do the same things for themselves. So the concept of sexual energy may seem a little bit mystical to some. I've studied in the Taoist and Tantric traditions for several years, and I'm very familiar with the concept of energy, or chi as the Taoists call it, prana as the Indians call it. It's life force. It's bioelectric energy, and this can be felt. I mean, when you're aroused, what does that feel like? There's this obvious change in your body and your overall state. There's this electrical charge in your genitals. Everyone can feel that. So that's usually people's most familiar experience with experiencing this subtle energy, this chi or this prana. And what you can do with skill, when you develop certain skills, is learn to work with this energy more consciously. You can start to direct this energy. Men can, instead of, just ejaculating at the point of orgasm, they can actually revert that orgasm inwards, bring that orgasm inwards, so that instead of ejaculating out their life force, they recycle it internally. And that orgasm resonates throughout the body and nourishes you, instead of, just discharging that energy out into the world. And you can do this again and again. So I'm talking about non-ejaculatory orgasms here. And above that, you can actually consciously direct that energy through your body. You can direct it to specific organs. In ancient Chinese times, medical sexology was a very common thing, where the doctors would actually prescribe certain positions to couples and things like this. So, for example, if you had weak kidneys, the doctor would prescribe you a certain sexual position and tell you to focus on bringing the sexual energy to your kidneys and without ejaculating. And because it's important if you're trying to generate energy, and especially if you're fighting illness or something like that, it's important that you're not ejaculating frequently, because that will deplete your energy and your immune system. So you can consciously direct this sexual energy into any organs in your body that need healing, any injuries. I've heard really interesting stories from people about certain ailments that they were dealing with, and they started directing their sexual energy there, and these things just miraculously cured over time. And it makes sense to me, because sexual energy is so regenerative. It creates life. It's how we reproduce ourselves, is sexual energy. And so it makes sense that we could heal our bodies with it. And I've experienced this myself. I've been doing these practices for years, and my health, my energy levels, my happiness have just skyrocketed. I have more energy now than I did when I was a teenager. And it's just incredible the things that happen when you start to cultivate your sexual energy. And if you're the creative type, your creativity is just going to skyrocket, because sexual energy is creative energy. So you start putting this into your art or whatever it is that you focus on, and you will just see these things grow and amplify in so many incredible levels. And so just to leave you guys with a little something you can take home from this. So next time you're having sex, or whatever sexual activity you are doing, you can direct that sexual energy to, if you have an illness, have a weak organ, some problem in your body, you can consciously bring that sexual energy there. So as you're aroused, as this sexual energy is just pulsing in your body, focus on that area, breathe into it, and you can directly bring the sexual energy there, and just notice what that does for you over time. And of course, don't go into this with any expectations, just be open and just notice what happens. So if you're interested in learning more about these techniques of moving sexual energy throughout the body, check out my website, jonathanwhitelifestyle.com. I've got some guided videos, trainings on how to, for men, how men can control their ejaculation and direct sexual energy throughout their body to experience higher orgasms, full body orgasms. And I've got a comprehensive course, The Multi-Orgasmic Man, that is a 6-week course, and I'll be launching that in the new year. So it's going to be great. It's very in-depth, and through this course, you'll be able to have complete mastery over your ejaculation and working with the sexual energy. So thank you so much for watching, my friends. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Have a great day.